broadcasting, and then we will click this. It's on! Yeah, I was thinking I really should have. Way to go, Jeremy! I really should have chosen the Star Wars intro to go with that. What is going on over there?
I just found a green screen thing, and I'm like having fun.
Hello, everyone.
On his way to Hogwarts.
Way to have fun to the point of knocking yourself offline. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the October. Don't tell me. 26th edition of Disney Parks Talk Live. Missing a word there, so let's remove that. The show in which we recap the past week in Disney theme park news right here on Laughing Place every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, except when Monday's a holiday. Then we do it on a Tuesday. We are live, so if you have any questions, any comments about anything we're talking about, please feel free. If you are driven crazy by Jeremiah's background and the fact that he's frozen right now, please say so in the comments so we can take care of the situation. Because yep. And yes, Gideon, it's on. So I am Doobie Mosley, co-founder of Laughing Place. To my that way is my wife, another co-founder, Rebecca.
Hi, everybody.
Down there, not frozen, is Mike Celestino, Southern California correspondent and chief editorial something or other for Star Wars.
Hello.
And down there, stuck somewhere in the Twilight Zone, is Jeremiah, who has now been demoted to vice president in charge of nothing.
Look at him. Is he frozen
who's the
or is he
president in charge
ignoring
of
you?
nothing?
Wow, he is once again frozen. Oh, he's back. Are you back, Jeremiah?
He's back. Okay, yeah.
Are you
I
back?
think he's back. We're not sure.
Are you there?
So what's been happening in the world of Disney parks?
Before we start, why don't we remind you guys to please like our stream. Please subscribe to our channel. We were going to start with Jeremiah, but Jeremiah's not here. Get here. Are you
Jeremiah's
here to
having
stay,
lots
Jeremiah?
of problems with his computer all of a sudden.
That's what you get for playing with brick walls. Right. Let's start with you while we've got you and see if we're able to keep you. So often we start these with the week in COVID. Well, this week we're going to start with something completely different, something that's nothing but good news. The announcement that Walt Disney World is celebrating my 50th birthday as much as they possibly can under current circumstances. Jeremiah, please talk about it.
The Walt Disney World Gateway is to receive new color scheme to match I don't know what the rest of the title is. So a few weeks ago, I believe is actually when you guys were out here, Rebecca, you sent me the first photo that they started painting the toll plaza at Magic Kingdom to the darker colors. And we've since seen them get most of the sign done. And now they're expanding out to the gateways that go into property, which will be something great because I want to say the last time they did that was during the Year of a Million Dreams, because that's when they had the Cloud and Castle. So it's nice to see an update to that.
I am excited. Yay. Oh, I love this blue. Moving into this regal blue from I like the whimsical cloud dreamy blue, but this regal blue, on the background, especially of like Mickey's red shorts and Minnie's red, yay. Oh, and I hope those flags are iridescent like that too.
Go ahead, Jeremiah.
I believe we're calling that Dreams Come True blue now. Because it matches the
merchandise line.
Yeah.
It feels deeper it felt deeper in the paint than it does in the fabric. The fabric to me is more like a Disney Dodger blue. and this was a little deeper blue than the true blue Dodger blue.
Sorry for the circuitous route.
No worries.
This is useless.
Wait, August 19th, Photopass Day is returning?
I just wanted to forget the part down there about 2017. I just wanted to give a comparison of what it looks like compared to what they're going with. So
yeah,
that's why.
It's funny. I was actually just mentioning how I wouldn't mind if they got rid of the castle in the clouds, because that was such a Year of a Million Dreams advertisement, and it's been what, 15 years now since Year of a Million Dreams?
Every year is a Year of a Million Dreams for me, Jeremiah.
Tony's coming in with the wishes come true blue.
Tony needs to go away because he has fireworks issues, but we'll get to that at another time. So what I like is just the fact they're doing these little touches, even with everything going on and everything scaled back and everything, but it's the little things like this that they change yearly or for whatever celebration, whatever, that, you know, especially for people who live there a lot, just to drive through and see something new is quite a delight. So yay, Disney, for doing this for us.
Yeah, and one of the things that I heard a comment earlier when this all popped up is it was like, oh, that's a great thing to spend the money on. You have to realize this stuff was approved last year for this paint job, so it doesn't fall under the budget that we're talking about right now with, unfortunately, all the cutbacks and layoffs going on. This is something that was built in a long time ago.
And I realize it's hard for us who live in a normal home under normal financial rules to understand stuff like that, but it definitely does matter. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Oh, I was just going to point out that I was just demonstrating what Jeremiah had said, that it's similar to the color scheme that we've already seen kind of appearing on Cinderella Castle, and then in this new Wishes Come True. Wishes Come True blue collection that's going towards Make-A-Wish charity.
Right.
All of which is available on Shop Disney. So go buy it there because proceeds do go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Well, as long as I was saving that for later, but you know, that's why I'm the superstar. That's why I'm the superstar producer. Let's talk about it now. So, who's best? Rebecca, you're good with charity.
And what are you asking me to say? We just said it that it's each charitable component over the next few months. It's a Wishes Come True blue collection. There's spirit jerseys, both with the Walt Disney World logo and the Disneyland logo. They've had some masks come out representing the Disneyland D, and then the Walt Disney World D with the mouse head in it. They also have spirit jerseys for kids, and like I say, this is to.
Don't forget this.
Oh, I'm sorry, and spirit jerseys for your pooches too, your little pooches.
But also Crocs.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm very curious how much a doggy spirit jersey is. $25.
I want the Crocs.
I have an answer to $25 spirit jerseys for dogs.
Oh no!
The Crocs are sparkly and they have icons on them like you would see on Sorcerer Mickey's hat. So fun stuff.
So lots of stuff.
All going toward, and a portion of which is going towards the Make-A-Wish, and I'm sure the details of that transaction are available when you purchase them at Shop Disney.
40-year relationship with Make-A-Wish, and of course, it's so common for those wishes to be a trip to Disneyland or Disney World. So an obvious and wonderful relationship. So please support the Make-A-Wish Foundation directly and through purchasing these very cool items, except for the doggy spirit jersey. All right, so let's do some more good news before we give the latest on what's going on in Southern California. Tron, which we were hoping to see for Disney World's 50th anniversary. Now there may be doubts about that, but Jeremiah, are these your pictures of the latest construction over there?
Those are my pictures of the latest construction over there. For those of you who have not tuned in for one of our recent walk-in talks, which shame on you, we do them all the time. There's lots of fun. It's usually Doobie and I making jokes and entertaining ourselves because people don't want to make me do tricks. The canopy for the outside track is going up quite a bit. What you see there, the dark part is actually the lighting rig that'll provide the beautiful colors going off of what they have in Shanghai. And then you can kind of see in the distance the white supports, which will be more of the frame of the canopy itself.
Oh, wow, there's a nice tight picture. Good shots, Jeremiah. And I'm just going to show a really quick concept art of the finished product, because I am prepared with that.
Are these ride vehicles, they're 2x2?
Correct. Well, yes, that's the Shanghai, so we're assuming.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Thank you, Jeremiah. You excited about Tron, Mike C? Sure.
It seems like fun. What ride would you compare it to, Jeremiah? You've experienced it.
If you've been to Knott's Berry Farm in Orange County, the what's it called, Mike? The Pony Express.
Pony Express.
It is like Pony Express. I wanted to point something out about the Tron roller coaster. Have you guys seen the movie Tron?
Yes.
Maybe.
Don't they only drive in like a straight line?
That's the original Legacy. They go this.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Now that would be a cool coaster. You just like go full speed like this and then an instant left turn. That would be fun.
Now my storytelling element is totally destroyed.
I want to see that ride.
This vehicle should not be able to do this.
You must have an actual rubberneck to ride. That would be great. All right, so if you are watching this program, you have some caring about what goes on in theme park land. So you already know what's going on in Southern California with Disneyland and the decision finally releasing some guidelines on when to open, and Disney and other theme parks and organizations pushing back and talking about potentially a lawsuit and all that. We actually had a very long discussion about that after that came out on Tuesday, so we don't need to rehash it, but there has been some stuff that's happened since then. So if you want to see the park guidelines, they're on Laughing Place. They're in much detail on exactly what the government says, the state government says Disneyland would need to do, as well as other theme parks to reopen. And then there are other articles talking about Disneyland saying we're open safely every place else in the world. We think this is too stringent, and we'll see where it goes. But Disneyland did release, send out a letter, I believe, or an email to annual pass holders talking about they are evaluating the annual pass holder program. Did you receive one of these, Mike?
You'd think I would have, but I didn't see it.
that was from me, Doobie.
Huh?
That was from me.
But I thought everyone got it.
For some reason, it didn't go out to everybody. This went out to actually one of my friends, and I have the Premier Pass, and I didn't receive it. But it definitely comes off of hot on the heels of Tokyo and them pretty much doing away with their annual pass program for the future.
Yeah, I was going to say currently they're accepting only dated entry. So.
It's with Tokyo, you had the options of you could receive a refund on your pass, you can enter the lottery to try to get in, but pretty much the only people that are going to be getting in is if you purchase a dated ticket. And Tokyo Disneyland and Disneyland are, I don't want to say are run very much the same, but they do have the same mentality as it is more of a locals park. So that it is a sign that what we could be seeing in Disneyland, sadly.
And so the key part of this is just, it's been a difficult month, heartbreakingly disappointed. While we work to understand the implication of this and determine what it means for our annual passport program, we know that you have many questions, and given the latest guidance from the state, we will have more to share with you on the future of our AP program soon. So whenever they say talking about the future of the AP program, that's a scary proposition for those of us that like to be able to go to our theme parks when we want to all the time, no matter what. But I haven't heard anything further, and obviously as it comes out, we'll be talking about it. But given that Disneyland is not going to be open anytime soon, it doesn't seem, that doesn't mean you can't go into the theme park at this point, the theme park. So
He's
Mike
making sure you don't think it's a squirrel. He doesn't have something stuck in his throat.
Mike Celestino, what's going on here?
Oh, so they're going to be opening up Buena Vista Street, which is not only the street on which I live in Burbank, California, but it's also the name of the Main Street USA of Disney California Adventure. So when you walk right in the park, you're on Buena Vista Street. It's got all the shops leading down to Carthay Circle. That part is going to be opening up in early November. They have not set a date, to my knowledge, an exact date. But they're treating it as an extension of downtown Disney district. So people will be able to go in and shop and dine. And I don't think you'll be able to access any other parts of the park beyond Buena Vista Street. But it'll be cool. It'll be cool to at least be in the park partially.
Well, and Smoke Jumper's Grill.
Yeah, Smoke Jumper's Grill seems like the extent, and then they'll have like a brick wall there, as you saw earlier from Jeremiah, and you won't be able to go any further than that. The really exciting part about this picture, though, is it shows Elias and Company, one of the shops on Buena Vista Street, decorated for Christmas. So I think it's safe to say, that DCA will be decorated for Christmas when we get it, when you're allowed to get in there, and that's pretty exciting.
It would be nice. It would be nice if that's indicative of the fact that we'll see holiday garland and maybe hear some of the holiday track and whatnot when we enter. That'd be fun.
So now, go ahead, Mike, please.
I'll be down at Downtown Disney tomorrow. I think we're doing a live stream at noon Pacific time, and I'll check out to see if we can see maybe any decorations going up in there or whatever progress is being made.
I wonder if the line's forming already to get in there in early November.
I'm so curious how this is going to be orchestrated. I am extremely curious to see, will it be like a reservation system? Will it be a reservation system for like a portion of a day? You know, how exactly are they going to? Because I foresee the demand being such that it seems like you couldn't handle it the same way you've been able to with Downtown Disney, just kind of ebb and flow. Shut down parking when you can't, so maybe I overestimate the interest in shopping in a theme park, but I'm curious.
Let's be real. If I were a Disney AP, as I was approximately 18 years ago when I lived there, and I'd been unable to go into a park for the past 8 months, and all of a sudden Buena Vista Street is open and I find myself inside there, I'm never leaving there. I will stay there all day. I will bring a Walkman. How retro! I'll bring my cell phone and my headphones. If they have food on there, then I will just eat and sit, and I'm not going to leave. And I know I'm not alone. So I got to believe they're doing something to regulate traffic. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just me. But I just picture APs just hanging out and just being so thankful they're in a park and never leaving.
Yeah. Go ahead,
I'm waiting to see, with the Carthay Lounge and everything opening, how that's all going to be addressed. Because when Disney Springs here opened, we kind of had the nobody went, and it just started ramping up. But out there, it's now 8 months in, like you said, Doobie, and everybody's, Downtown Disney has lines to get in, to stand in lines to shop, to stand in lines to go into another store. So getting into DCA, I think that's going to be a line and a half. I think Mike's going to be waiting like I was for a train to arrive at some point.
Now, one thing they might do to mitigate it, nothing's been announced, but Mike, you've been going to Knott's Berry Farm and SeaWorld, right? What have they been doing under conditions where you can't ride rides, but you can only eat and shop? How have they handled entry into those parks?
Well, they'll send you. They'll sell you a ticketed entry that comes with basically like a punch card. So you get like 5 items of your choice from around the food kiosks around Knott's Berry Farm, and they've called these like the Taste of Blank events. Like there was Taste of Ghost Town, Taste of Knott's. Then they did Taste of Falloween, which was like the Halloween version. And I think, excuse me, tomorrow they're announcing the holiday version of that for Knott's Berry Farm. I guess it's possible that Disney could be considering doing something like that eventually. They haven't hinted at it yet, though.
It seems like a no-brainer to me. I mean, A, you figure out a way to limit attendance, and B, you make money while you're doing it. So I have no idea if they will, but that is how it's been handled at Knott's Farm and SeaWorld, both of which don't have nearly the demand of Disneyland. Do you think that Disney theme parks, do you think they will open up Disneyland as well, Jeremiah? I know you're kind of into such things.
I don't think that Disneyland, Buena Vista Street, when it was built, was made much more of the concept of we need the shopping space, where Disneyland still has, you think of the Emporium on Main Street and of how tight and small that capacity is, even though it is the biggest shopping center in the park. It could be a little tight. So I don't know if they'll go that far. Or at least, let's see what happens after the test.
I was mentioning to friends, based upon the Knott's Berry Farm and SeaWorld models, that I was wondering if we might see kind of out. It's harder now because we're transitioning into a colder season, but it's one of those things where I wonder if maybe if it wasn't for that weather conditions, that maybe we'd see outdoor events, kind of enjoy an evening of music and food in the shadow of the Matterhorn and Sleeping Beauty Castle, type things. But right now, who knows? It's like, I feel like in some ways it's very, very open, even though it's very, very closed, because I feel like they're going to do something. You have people who you want to give work to. You have a real estate that, you want to do something with, but, obviously it can't operate as normal. So it's what do you do instead?
Who wants to take this bet? There will be more people at DCA on opening day for this than there were on DCA's actual opening day back in 2001.
That'd be really
I definitely think so.
That would be so funny. That would be a funny thought.
Yes.
So, Rebecca, one of the things that you just mentioned, and this is just purely me blue skying, about, the dining in the shadow of the Matterhorn, that type of stuff. We have big holidays coming up at Walt Disney World, and New Year's Eve hasn't been addressed. I mean, could we possibly see like old Disneyland hard ticket events come back to Walt Disney World for New Year's?
Oh, that is a good question.
I really don't know, just because of the whole what Jeffrey is pointing out, that Disneyland has all these little nooks and crannies, and it's I don't know. Well,
I mean, it's still 2 months away, but I find it, at least the way conditions are right now, I can't imagine Disney doing anything to encourage a crowd of any kind, including keeping a park open till midnight on New Year's Eve. That would really surprise me. So,
but if you're paying $80 for a celebration night at EPCOT or at Magic Kingdom, like
maybe.
I think back to the days when I was a kid and Disneyland did have hard ticket New Year's Eve parties. So,
yes,
again, who knows what we'll be seeing in the next, I don't even say next month and a half, probably in the next few weeks, we'll start to hear more and more of what holiday plans may be coming.
I have a quick.
Go ahead, dude.
I was just going to say, I have a quick Disneyland New Year's Eve story. One year we went to DCA for New Year's Eve, and we were there excited for the firework countdown. 10, 9, 8, and then the fireworks started going off at Disneyland because the two clocks weren't in sync. So, go ahead, Rebecca.
I remember that many times.
I thought you were going to talk about how all the lights went dark for a bit, and then they went back on too, because then it had extended hours. It was like, wait, we have to leave stuff on.
But Doobie, nothing was better than New Year's Eve at DCA.
What was that? Lil Bow Wow? Was that his name?
I missed the New Year's Eve. They used to do that at Animal Kingdom. Since it would shut early, they would do a New Year's Eve at Animal Kingdom too.
I think that's actually a really, really good idea for the kids, New Year's Eve, and then shove them away so the adults can have some fun. So, all right. Mike, do you prefer New Year's Eve or Noon Year's Eve?
I can't say I've experienced a Noon Year's Eve.
Do you tend to stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve?
I think I'm getting to the age where the last couple years we may have gone to sleep before midnight, but I honestly don't remember. It's not it's not a big holiday for me. I don't particularly care. So,
see, the nice thing about being on the West Coast is you can celebrate it at 9 p.m. and then get off to bed because it's already night on the East. All right, let's get back to Jeremiah because he's my favorite person on this stream.
Ahoy!
Talk.
So we have the friendship boats, but that's in.
It's a friendship boat. The point is, it's a friendship boat.
So yes, the Disney friendship boats are resuming November 1st to conveniently take guests in between EPCOT and Disney's Hollywood Studios so they cannot park hop.
But it also hits the resorts, Yacht and Beach Club, Boardwalk, and Swan and Dolphin. So
no, it's exciting to have any of the watercraft return. I just took my first trip from Magic Kingdom over to Fort Wilderness Campground a few days ago. Since the reopening, it was just nice to be out on a boat.
Sorry for the interruption. Used to celebrate New Year's Eve every night. Did they really do that at Pleasure Island?
Yes.
We lived nearby. We used to hear it.
That is the silliest thing in the world. Pleasure Island used to have a New Year's Eve celebration every night.
And then it at one point it's fireworks, and then it started a countdown, and then it was just like the way they used to talk about it in the Adventurers Club, because they had to celebrate every night. They'd be like, and you go out and there's a smattering of fireworks, like somebody has a sparkler and that's it.
This is something I hadn't considered. We're getting to that time of year when the Disney parks are hosting the parade tapings. I wonder what how that'll be handled this year. If they'll have any kind of filming going on in a public way, or will they take advantage of the park's reduced hours to kind of film around people instead or whatnot? It'll be interesting to see. I can tell you when we were at Disney World a month ago, just about now, that there were a couple of very large film crews making their way through Magic Kingdom. I don't know what they were filming, but they were definitely, doing the shoot for a little while, load everything up, and, caravan to a different part of the park, and then film over there a bit. So,
well, one of the things that you guys may have saw, because I had friends who were in the park at the same time, they found out that the filmings and the photo shoots they were doing were for the Wishes Come True Blue items, like those little videos they were doing in the photo shoots.
Oh, that may have been what was happening. So who knows? We'll see.
So,
but I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm interested, Jeffrey. We'll have to keep our eyes and ears peeled on that one.
I know that is such an iconic thing, and it's weird to think somehow, one way or another, it's going to be different this year.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll just cancel it. No Christmas.
Maybe they'll do a clip show.
That I can totally see that. Do you think they'll put in like the wavy lines? They'll have
very Merry Christmas.
So who hosts that? It's not Regis anymore, right? Is it Ryan Seacrest?
It's lots of people.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was for the past couple of years, but
they should get them all on Zoom and say, "Hey, you remember that time?" And then they do the wavy lines and they show it, and just a couple hours of that. That'd be great.
It'd be tough to get Regis on Zoom this year.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was going to say that too, Mike.
This is true.
All right,
I think you guys are trying to tell me something. Okay, Jeremiah. You want to talk about the tastes that are coming for the arts and the holidays to Florida?
So because they aren't doing folk festivals this year, everything is now a taste of, which I thought was very cute when it was a taste of food and wine. But now that it's a taste of holidays around the world and a taste of Festival of the Arts, it's well, they're almost making fun of themselves that all the festivals have turned into just extensions of food and wine. So now they're calling it a taste. So it is pretty much just food and wine. That's exciting news. They announced, I think they announced the taste of Festival of the Arts a few days before they announced the taste of festivals around the world or holidays around the world or whatever it's called this week.
It is International Festival of the Holidays. It runs from November 27th through December 3rd, and then there's a week of nothing. So those who you come to that park that week, you missed out. And then starting January 8th, there's the International Festival of the Arts, and that is from January 8th through February 22nd.
Oh, that's cool.
The biggest change is, of course, we knew that there was no candlelight processional at EPCOT, which is very sad. That's one of my favorite things that goes on in any of the parks. But they will have the Voices of Liberty out singing in the Dickens Christmas carols on the stage. Joyful is now going to be performing inside the World Showplace.
That's okay. Keep going. She'll be back.
And they're going to have Santa driving around the parade route. They put it better than I did, but
no, you nailed the highlights there. And Olaf's Holiday Tradition Expedition, where you can do a scavenger hunt and get a cookie.
Yes, which is kind of I don't know if that's going to take over the Chippendale wreath hunt that they've done in the past few years, or if that's kind of, they always throw in something fun to do so you can get a cookie or get a different, they did cookie tins one year, and so it's always something. And then for the biggest change, of course, for the Festival of the Arts is there isn't a Broadway series this year, which...
But Mariachi Cobra and the Janitors will be performing. So
yes.
That's almost the same thing.
Exactly. And I'm sure that Carol Stein will still perform inside the World Showplace on the piano, which is always fun because she always hits the highlights of Disney music in there. And
they also will have a scavenger hunt featuring Figment. And I saw that they were going to have holiday kitchens throughout the World Showcase, and I thought it said holiday kittens, but I read wrong. So thankfully, by the way, I read wrong.
And if you're really missing the holiday magic at the Disney parks, we were just, look at the size of this thing.
It's huge.
It is amazing, and it is full of all the magnificent beauty that you can usually find at the Disney parks all around the world and through the ages. And you have like even, pictures of various candlelight people. So I know that there was a review of this on Laughing Place not too long ago or recently, or right?
Yes, very recently. It's still available on our front page. Just go to laughingplace.com and you will see it there.
But I just got my grubby hands on it. I'm looking forward to looking it over. But I thought I'd share a little tease of it with you guys because it does Halloween part and then it does Christmas too. Has like a big section just dedicated to the Nightmare Before Christmas, the poetry and the imagery and everything that they brought to the Haunted Mansion overlay. Very, very fun.
Go ahead, Doobie.
Nope.
Okay. This morning, it was missing Haunted Mansion Holiday so much. I went back to the 50th box set that has the Haunted Mansion Holiday, the premiere version of it, the recording. So if you can track that down, it only appeared in the park for that opening year until Tim Burton and Danny Elfman changed some of the music in there. But I'm sure that they talked about all the fun of Haunted Mansion Holiday, both in Disneyland and Tokyo Disneyland in there.
Oh yeah, and but unfortunately for Doobie, I think they lack the one item of holiday decor that means more to Doobie than anything else.
Wait, hold up that book again. How thick is that book? Did they really create a book thicker than my fist and not include a picture of the Epcot doves in there?
I didn't see the doves. I saw the snowballs, the little snow puff balls, but it was the year that they had it without any doves. So
I know they have the Lights of Winter in there, right?
Yeah, they have several. They actually show you kind of the various imagery from Lights of Winter. But yeah, but I laughed so hard when I found the picture of the snow puffs and there were no doves. I was like, oh no, my husband is going to be heartsick.
You know what snow puffs? That's like there's no peace without the doves. There's no Christmas without peace.
I should have marked the page so I could just show you.
In the words of Jeremiah, without those doves, there would be no Christmas.
Not in Judy's heart.
I definitely have never said that.
All right, it's time for me to question Mike C out of the blue. What is your single favorite Christmas thing about the theme parks?
Oh, you know what I really love is the Christmas holiday version of World of Color.
Oh,
No
I haven't seen that yet.
Nope, not a good answer. Not a good
What's
answer.
what's a good answer?
No, that's a great. No, Jimmy doesn't get to decide what's a good answer. Jimmy, see?
Yes, I do, and I can't hold it right there for a second. Hold it right there.
This is so heavy.
That is depressing. That is truly unbelievable. Hold on one second here. I'm going to rectify this.
It's so funny. What's yours, Jeremiah? What for you? Christmas time at the theme parks. What do you like? Yay! It's time for me to
Candlelight processional.
Okay.
Really?
Always.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who'd you say is your all-time favorite narrator?
I think it's actually not only my all-time favorite, but the one that I've seen probably more than any other person is Neil Patrick Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I try to plan when they do different events or when I'm have family in town and do the dining. I plan it around Neil Patrick Harris.
Here's what that picture should have looked like. See, notice the piece in the picture? That's Christmas. Here we go.
For me, it's very, very simple. It's just the change in the Main Street music loop. There is just something about the change in that loop that just, like, it's like a relaxation. By the way, that's what the Main Street music loop was when I met you. It was the
of course
holiday loop, and I suspect that may play into it a bit. But for me, it's like there's just a little. I don't know why I did that with you right there, but
that's the sweetest thing you've ever said to me.
Okay.
For me, I think I can't think of anything I like more than Believe in Holiday Magic, the fireworks show. I don't even know if it still performs there at Disneyland, but to me, it is the absolute perfect holiday thing. I would say second is probably There's a Special Magic at Christmas time this year. Hearts again, merry and full. What's that parade called? Christmas Fantasy Parade. Beautiful parade. Used to be much better when it had little kids in it and stuff, but it's still good. It's still good. It's little and broken, but still good. Still good.
I think Tony agrees with the World of Color Christmas.
Yes, he does, and I intentionally didn't put that on the screen, so I don't like that you now have the power to do that. All right, so we also put up an article this week saying construction seemed to have stopped at Reflections at Disney Lakeside Lodge. Do you know anything more about that, Jeremiah?
Yes, it looks like construction has stopped at the Reflections Resort at Disney's Lakeside. As I was talking about earlier, I took a boat over to Fort Wilderness Campground, and the last time I took a boat over that way was just before the shutdown, and we're seeing lots of construction happening. Equipment was everywhere. And then taking the trip over this time, it is a ghost town. The nature has started to reclaim all the construction site. You can see grass growing. I did get a chance to go up to see the new Tricircle D Ranch building that is sadly where part of the old Fort Wilderness Campground train tracks used to be. And it's a beautiful building, but right across from it is now just a giant construction fence. And, I'm not saying that they haven't covered all the areas that you can look through the fence that well, but they haven't. And you could see there is nothing going on there. There are no construction equipment. They have concrete tubes that were for drainage and that type of stuff stored out there, but there is nothing else going on.
So this wasn't actually a DVC. This was just a standard. That was a nice picture there. This was just a standard
Holiday Joy
hotel they were building, right, Jeremiah?
Yes, it was Reflections. It was supposed to be focus on Doobie.
No, never a good thing.
It was going to revolve around more of the nature. And that was actually going to be where the Tiana's restaurant was going to be. So We don't know. There's the perfect shot.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Building in the distance is a Tri-Circle D, and then to the right, this was part of the roadway, and it's right by the bus drop-off that takes you down to the Hoop-Y-Doo and everything.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can see clearly straight through to the Contemporary, and there's pipes, and that's about it.
So does that mean that area that was like the pony walk, is that accessible to guests? Do you know what I'm talking about? Right there by Hoop Did You Review? There's
all
no
of that is
walk?
Gone.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't been over there in a while.
And neither had I since the construction had started. That's where the old barn and everything used to be, and they built the new state-of-the-art barn.
Okay.
Are you telling me I can't get a pony ride anymore, Jeremiah?
You may be able to. As we found out, they do offer the Segway tours of that area, as Rebecca found out or looked up the other day.
Or at least the booking interface is still accessible. I didn't go through the process.
I love getting pony rides there. The ponies do not love it so much, but I quite enjoy it.
You did not do a pony ride. Did we even do a pony ride there with our little one? I don't think so.
No, his only pony ride was at that
Green
ranch.
Meadows. Green Meadows
there?
Farm down on Point Sienna.
Gideon, if you're still watching, do you remember the name of your pony? I know he always remembers. Okay, and then what's this, Jeremiah?
Oh, that is the new boat dock and the creation of the walkway that will connect to the Grand Floridian. Behind that, there's a good view of it. To the left of this photo is where the monorail station is, and the new canopy area, that's where the new boat dock's going to be. The old boat dock, which used to be the resort boat dock launch, was right behind where that area is. So it's actually a bigger extension. They're creating a queue for it. And then you'll continue around the walkway. They'll take you to the Grand Floridian and over that new bridge once that gets completed.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, there's the walkway.
Back to Fort Wilderness real quick. Gio brings up a good point. We had not mentioned this. Jeremiah, you familiar with this? What's going on here?
Yeah, just like with all the resorts, non-guests can't visit the resorts unless they have dining plans. Fort Wilderness doesn't have the Hoop or Trails End open. So guests can take the boat over there and explore, but there's not a lot to see other than right now the Outpost Shop and Tri-Circle D Ranch, which I believe we found out closed at 3 each day. So it's worth.
Is Fort Wilderness open right now for camping and cabins?
Yes. They have some Halloween stuff going on, but it's only for people that are there.
So I know it's really, really common for people who camp there and even the cabins to really deck themselves out for Halloween and Christmas. Did you notice if that was still going on?
They had a few things up. If you want to talk amongst yourselves, I'll pull up the photo that I didn't share.
I know they even used to do, I don't know if they're doing it this year, but a parade of decked out, what are those things called? The carts that you can
golf carts. Yeah,
golf carts, yeah.
Decorate that. They'd have a contest. People would decorate their golf carts. And I can tell you, mousesteps.com, Jeff and Denise over at Mouse Steps. I know Laughing Place has also provided coverage of it, but it's something that's special to Jeff and Denise, and they always do a really great job of showcasing it. So if you want to check out kind of the history of the Fort Wilderness Golf Cart Parade and golf cart decor, Jeff and Denise with them over at mousesteps.com have always had great images on Twitter and their website, and probably videos too, if I know Jeff. So, yeah.
Yeah, they just put up a bunch of videos, or listed a bunch of the videos of the past parades. Right, go.
But like I say, I doubt such things are happening officially now, and the resort itself is only accessible to those who are booked there, because unlike other resorts, you aren't going to have a dining reservation that would necessitate you to access the resort.
So, And traditionally, that area has been kind of since people kind of really settle there for a while and make it their own, almost a trick-or-treating spot for certain people. And so Disney has just reiterated that it's not going to be open on Halloween for people to come and do their on-property trick-or-treating with people who are living there temporarily.
Right.
Yeah, if you share that photo I just posted, that kind of lays out what you can do at the locations, but this is mostly only available to guests that are staying there. Yes, you can take a boat or a bus to the resort, but some of the activities are only to guests.
Right. Yeah. No, that's not what's being encouraged currently.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. And then finally, Jeremiah, one more thing at Walt Disney World, just for you special people. Can you talk about the AP exclusive opportunity at Haunted Mansion, or for the Haunted Mansion Minnie Mouse, which I know means you're going to be waking up at 3 a.m.
I didn't wake up at 3 a.m. to purchase it on the Shop Disney a few nights ago, and I also missed the lottery for it, so I didn't even get a chance to just try to enter for this. But yes, Wednesday, from 9 to 10, I believe it is, at Sir Mickey's in Fantasyland. It is exclusive to annual pass holders, which means the line will probably start at Sir Mickey's and then end at EPCOT. It is only limited merchandise available. I know that Shop Disney had quite a bit, and I know that I think the pin sets were limited to 750 to begin with, so how many they'll actually have on hand, we don't know. But it is the ongoing mini main attractions series. And Haunted Mansion is always the number one piece of merchandise, so that alone should be worth waking up early to see my pictures from my tweets.
Rebecca, as the only female on our panel, is this attractive?
Do you like looking at it?
No.
Okay, there you go.
I thought you might have a more knowledgeable opinion.
I don't think it's a boy girl thing. I think it's just whether or not you like it. You have to ask the Haunted Mansion fan.
The Haunted Mansion bag fan, Mike.
Is this attractive, Mike?
Attractive to whom?
To normal people.
No. It's obviously attractive to people. But does Mike like it? Is this something that you would add to your collection, or you would desire to add to your wife's collection and see her wearing?
You mean the bag specifically?
The bag, the mouse ears.
I'm really looking at Minnie herself.
Okay, Minnie.
What are is that pins on the bottom right there?
It is. It's a 3 set of pins. It's in ears, Mickey, and one other thing.
I think my favorite of these items is the ears.
You mean you wouldn't wear the fanny pack?
I wouldn't wear any of it, but just out of like whatever
Rebecca
jumps out at me.
has spoken.
Oh, Rebecca the Fifth is here. Our queen has spoken. Let's see what she has to say.
She's not a fan.
So
Thank
the
you,
pins
Rebecca.
is like a Madame Leota, and what else? There's like
ears,
a pin of the ears.
And I don't remember what. I think the third pin is actually Minnie herself.
Okay.
Yeah, none of the. I mean, I've seen the series.
Are really hard pass on this, aren't you?
Oh yeah, all of the series. I mean, some of them have been okay, but they're all very over the top. I mean, it definitely goes to the collectors. I've seen when they put out some of these, because in the past few months they've been putting out some of the pins that haven't sold, and you'll see, people walking up with a handful of pins, the pin sets to purchase. So I think it goes much more to the collector than to, us Haunted Mansion diehards.
Okay.
So in short, Jeremiah says,
"Oh no!"
Yes, he does.
Mike, can you please say something really silly tomorrow?
Mike has one to top us all, but I just haven't figured out how to get it in here.
Please cut out the parts where I mess up.
Jeffrey also isn't a fan of the series.
That's what completes it. Yeah, it's just not pretty. Nothing. I like Haunted Mansion stuff in general, but not a big fan of that. Okay, and then let's see a couple more things real quick. Internationally, we talked about that. Hey, don't care about that. Universal Studios sent out, I don't know if they sent out an email or just posted, but they have, unlike Disney, they do not have park reservations in Florida. They are open, but without reservations, you can just show up and go in and reach capacity, which they seem to be doing every weekend now, which is amazing. So they have asked their annual pass holders to please consider coming on a weekday instead, because having an AP does not get you in the park when they're at capacity.
No, and Saturday, I think the park closed to capacity at 10. And it was both parks. It wasn't just like, I know Universal Studios had reopened, but IOA was still at capacity at one point. Yesterday, the parks didn't reach capacity, and the wait times weren't overly bad. And Universal, I think, is addressing it like it's due to Halloween Horror Nights type stuff. But the two houses that they have throughout the day will have a 5 and 10 minute wait all day long. It's much more people here in Florida just want to get out and do stuff.
Is still a reduced capacity at Universal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely. But no reservations, so get there early. But don't line up, or if you do, space it out. Let's get a good merchandise taste in our mouth. Now, this is some nice holiday merchandise. What do you guys think? I'm a big fan of this whole line.
There's been a lot of really cute holiday merchandise, I think.
Is that adorable? This is some good-looking stuff. This one even comes with snow, which is amazing. So,
yeah, it's your own snow maker.
So I love this stuff. This is the collection. Go away. Coming soon.
And actually, the funny thing is, though, some of those have actually snuck out in different stores here at Walt Disney World. I know that we saw some appear at the Polynesian a few days ago. EPCOT had some in the Journey into Imagination store, and they popped up at different resorts. So you'll see people post it, and then you'll see everybody rush to them, and there'll be nothing there.
That is AP life. Now, this picture to me is nearly a perfect Christmas picture with the Christmas PJs, the family sitting around the tree, got the mini Mickey wreath up there. You know, the one thing that would make this the perfect Christmas picture? A little dove in the tree right there. Bring a little peace to it. So,
I think that the entire LP crew should get a pair of those pajamas, and then we could do a live stream on Christmas morning.
That is the best idea you've ever had.
Can you show up in our Disney pajamas?
I love that idea. That's cool. Maybe even some of our honorary team, like Rebecca the Fifth and Gio, could do it. That'd be great.
Have a Disney PJ morning. That'd be funny. Disney PJ Christmas morning. I like it.
Could you do a walk and talk in it, Jeremiah?
Yes, I could. I mean,
wait, no, it wasn't Jeremiah who saw it. It was Mike C, wasn't it? Weren't you the one who encountered the guests who were wearing what appeared to be Disney pajamas, walking from Fantasyland to Galaxy's Edge, if I recall?
Wow, that's a very specific memory, but
I'm pretty sure that right in the background of the guest was the eatery that's now Bell.
Okay, the Village House, is that what you mean? Or,
yeah, I don't know is it still called Village House? I thought
it's Red Rose Tavern.
Okay, yeah. Right by there, I know it was.
It sounds familiar to me, but now thinking back, I feel like if I had seen guests in pajamas at Disneyland, it wouldn't throw me off. Like, that seems like something I would see pretty often, right?
It didn't throw you off. You commented just like matter of fact, and there's some people,
okay,
and what a delightful, Dumbo pajama set they've decided to wear today, and
oh my God, I can't wait to go back to the park. This is just making me like really sad that I can't go to the parks.
Oh.
Well, on that happy note, did I miss anything? Anybody want to add anything? Theme parks or otherwise? It's our show. We can talk about whatever we want to, really. They're not going to like shut us off midstream.
Don't say that, though, Debbie.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, those of you who did. And we invite you to tune into Laughing Place Live for tons of stuff, like tonight at 7:30. We have the LP Movie Club. Is anybody here doing the LP Movie Club tonight? They'll be talking about Chronicles of Narnia, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And then back tomorrow morning, we've got a couple of park walk-in talks tomorrow. We have 9 a.m. These are all Pacific time, of course, LPHQ time. 9 a.m. we have Jeremiah at SeaWorld. And then at noon, we have Mike going as close as he can get to Disneyland without actually entering the park as he goes to downtown Disney. So
well, let's just see if you can get to downtown Disney.
Yeah, excellent point. So looking forward to that. And then, of course, Disney Trivia Live, episode 49B tomorrow. So that's pretty exciting, 49B. Also, by the way, if you missed it, those two people right there went through a ton of Mando Monday merchandise. I mean, there must be like $1 million worth of. If you bought one of each of those, I'm pretty sure you would have to spend like $1 trillion.
Oh wait, we didn't show what we found at Disney Springs today.
Oh, do it. Oh, you don't like have it with you?
No.
I thought you bought one. Did you tweet it?
Talk with Mike.
I did. I didn't tweet it. Because we put it up in the article.
Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, we Rebecca and Mike talked about the Mando Monday merchandise releases, of which there was a ton. So Mike is now trying to figure out how in the world he's going to afford it all, because there's no doubt he will. And so you can check that out on our YouTube channel. You're not, Mike?
I don't have any room.
That is.
No room.
So what's that, Jeremiah?
They debuted. Well, apparently this was up first thing in the morning, but nobody said or knew anything about it because nobody randomly walks into the Lego store at Disney Springs unless there's a reason. And of course, during the Mando Monday live stream, they announced that later today they would be debuting the child sculpt of Legos. And probably 10 minutes after they announced it, we had somebody that was down there and was able to get these pictures that it had been out all day long.
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
Very cool.
And also the entire backdrop, the Mandalorian poster, that is all Lego too.
It's very cool.
I know Mike likes Lego and Mike likes Mandalorian. So is
Mike likey?
Is Mike going to fly to Florida just to see this?
I wish I could go to Florida. That sounds fun.
The way that this is set up, see, you stand behind Yoda. I'm sorry, you stand behind the child, the asset, and then you're now the Mandalorian, right? Because that's the image, you're replicating the show poster.
And if you can get enough Legos to build one of the long rifles, the pitchfork rifles, you can stand there with them.
I'd go like a Jedi with sorry, a Jedi. It's been a long morning of Mandalorian talk with a saber, and I would just be somebody else who is protecting the bounty, the child, the asset.
Question for Mike Celestino: when does the Mandalorian season 2 premiere?
Well, if you want to stay up, you can watch it Thursday night at midnight Pacific time or 3 a.m. Eastern.
Is that your plan?
You know what? I was just going to talk to our CEO about that, about what the plan is, because I think I could probably stay up and watch the episode and then write my review and then crash, but I probably wouldn't be able to come in until a little later the next day.
I think that should be the plan, though. I would hope.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I'm excited enough about it to do that, so I think we may do that.
And Jeremiah, you'll wake up at 3, just like a pin release, and watch it.
Will we stay up?
Yeah, I think I actually want to try to stay up. You know me, I'm not the best at that.
Yeah, no, seriously. 9:45 and you're barely alert.
Honestly, I would rather wake up at 6 and watch it than stay up till midnight.
Somebody's phone's going off in my house. So,
so will you do that with me? Wake up at 6?
No.
Okay.
I'll watch it at midnight while you're sleeping.
You'll watch it at midnight. I'll watch it at 6.
Yep.
Very excited. All right. Thanks, everybody. I swear I was going to mention something else. Oh, I just did. When does Mandalorian come out? Okay. Rebecca, I will see you soon. I'm on my way home. Everybody else, I'll see you when I see you. Love you, baby.
Love you too.
Shut up.